The water used to be more in my house than outside, and this water was no ordinary water, but that was water from the neighboring toilets and the gutters outside. At the age of 13, I started working in the bindi factory where I earned 3 rupees 50 paise. In life, if you are shameless, if you forget to be ashamed of anything, you can really progress, and that is when I decided that to build a permanent career, you need all which I could not do in my childhood are the business models that I am operating currently. Friends, life is very interesting, and if you believe in manifestation, the law of attraction will build your destiny. Whatever you manifest in life actually happens. I am a living example of what I am going to just express myself now. Friends, I am Agnelorajesh, chairman for St. Angelo's VNCT Ventures. Life began at the age of 13 when I started earning my first revenues of 3 rupee 50 paise per week at a factory called Disco Bindia in 1982. And that was a turning point in life. Friends, many a times it happens. Economical challenges becomes the biggest booster of what you decide to do in life. A situation in life is necessary for coaching you up on building up your mind on what needs to be done in the future. We lived in a 180 square feet room at a very beautiful place called Malvani in Malad, notorious for the rest of the world, but a heaven for me. The journey began when we shifted from Goregaon from a 4-bedroom hall kitchen, which was also a rented one, to a 1-room kitchen without toilet and a tap in this beautiful place called Malvani. Malvani was a place where criminals of Mumbai were externed, and that is where I lived most of my young life. Malvani was a great teacher. My mother, who is the inspiration between all of us, 3 brothers, I am the eldest. She always said that, Rajesh, in life, either a situation will control you or you shall control every situation. This was one statement which is imprinted in my mind, absolutely deep in my heart, and this is the way I lived life, and I suggest you to live the same way. My dad was working for a multinational company, but at a very junior post. My mother was a tuition teacher, giving tuitions, going door to door in Goregaon. I have schooled in St. Thomas High School, and that's the foundation of my education. But my real education happened in the process of living my life. Friends, at the age of 13, I started working in the bindi factory where I earned 3 rupees 50 paise per week, which was a lot of money in 1982 because a vada pav was 15 paise and a sandwich was 20 paise at that point of time. So that was the first taste of revenues, and then that feeling was there of being independent, and that's how the journey began. College began, and my education was not within the walls of the college, but my education was the business that I did by selling cosmetics, perfumes, Venky's chicken, pile chappals, freezer mats, which I did as a door-to-door salesman during my college days. And trust me friends, that was my MBA without finishing my graduation. But I also came across people who banged their door on my faces. That no was nothing but a new opportunity for me. It made me realize that life is great possibilities. You will get a yes and you will get a no, but nothing should deter you. Let me tell you friends, in life, if you are shameless, if you forget to be ashamed of anything, you can really progress in life. And that's what I learned by being a door-to-door salesman during my college days. College was completing in 1993, graduation was almost around the corner, and I needed to make a career decision. During that period, I decided selling door-to-door materials is good, but not a great career. You need to have a strong and a solid career. When you are economically challenged, you become a good thinker, and that is when I decided that to build a permanent career, you need to do something where the country is moving towards, where the world is moving towards, and that's the time, that's the era of IT, information technology. But I could not afford to buy a computer or to learn computers in a professional training organization. So I took the assistance of my father's friend's office. In his office, he used to provide me with a computer and a book, and that's where I learned computers. I had already purchased a computer That machine was purchased at 32,000 rupees out of the money that I had collected from my door-to-door salesmanship, and few friends, 2 friends had supported me with some funds. I started data processing jobs, and the first commercial program of India, which used to be called as a Parle Super Hit Mukabla, I used to process those postcards by filling in the song preferences of the listeners into category 1 to 10 of the best songs. I used to get paid 20 paise per postcard, but when the program got over, I had already taken my second computer, and with 2 computers, I had no work. Immediately, I connected with a vendor for a company called Datamatics, which was doing data processing jobs for the stock market, and I started data punching that job. From second computer, I took 6 more computers on credit from the same vendor who had sold me the computer, by convincing him that I will repay your money out of the revenues that I generate, but if you trust in me as a youngster, I have got the aspiration to grow. If you support me, I will definitely grow. He believed me in spite of being a boy from Malwani. He was a vendor from Goregaon. He believed me and he gave me 6 more computers, and I was working 24 hours of the shift on 3 shifts by employing local boys who were typing experts for doing data processing jobs. I was sleeping hardly 4 hours. The balance 20 hours was into working. I became the head for the entity, and these computers were installed in my house, which from 180 square feet had become additional square feet outside the room and on the next side of the room, because mine was the corner room of the chawl. So it was a very interesting journey, but one day, thanks to the scams which happened at the stock market collapsed, and there was no data processing jobs available. And that time the real challenge came up. One evening, I was sitting with 8 computers in my house in Malwani, and there was no work. And that is when I decided that from tomorrow morning onwards, I will again go back door to door and convince people to learn computers at my institute of whatever I knew. I could start at computer center. The next day in the morning, I went door to door, and in just 7 to 15 days, I had 75 students, and then there was no looking back, and St. Angelo's Computer Center was born. In 1993-94, computer education was considered as a luxury, and I am proud to say that St. Angelo's Computers Limited was the company which brought computer education within the reach of a common man, and we trained more than 400,000 students. What you determine is what you achieve. If your determination is strong, then whatever needs to be achieved really happens. Like I said, you manifest to change your situation. The law of attraction generates resources around you, and this law of attraction, with the power of manifestation, changes and alters your destiny. Life is a reflection of your past. Whatever I could not do in my childhood is what I am doing today. My house had a 6.5 feet roof with asbestos sheets, which used to leak during the rainy season. In fact, when it rains in Mumbai city, I still get goosebumps because of the childhood that I have witnessed in Malwani, where the water used to be more in my house than outside. And this water was no ordinary water, but that was water from the neighboring toilets and the gutters outside. Today, I am into real estate development. St. Angelo's VNCT Ventures is one of the largest villa developers of India, and the houses that we build are the tallest roofs in the country. We have built houses which are 11 feet ground floor, 18 feet on the first floor. This is not just designs. Although Suzanne Khan has designed these houses for us, but the design parameters were set by me, because the childhood bites me even today. I know the value of a height, so I build tall. I know the value of how tall your house should be from the road so that the water should not come inside. So I build houses which are very tall from the ground level. So your childhood comes back to you. Life is all about the reflections of your past. I could not stay in a hotel because I could not afford one. I could not take computer education because I could not afford it. All which I could not do in my childhood are the business models that I am operating currently. The promises that you make to your customers build you as an entrepreneur. The promises that you live up to becomes a legacy that is known in the industry, in the market, and that's how you build a business empire. I am very proud to say today that we are operating not only in Mumbai, not only in Maharashtra, but in multiple states of the country and multiple countries of the world. And trust me friends, it is only the ambition that you need to have, and the resources are in plenty. You need to become a magnet out of the performances that you deliver, out of the promises you make, and the proof that you deliver to the world that the promises have been delivered. Friends, life is easy. You just need to be networked with the right people in life. You just need to be connected with the right people. You need to have focus in life. You need to have domain knowledge of whatever business you want to start. But I will say to every Indian that entrepreneurship is the only way forward. If you want to change your situation, the situation of your family, the situation of the society, the state and the country at large, then entrepreneurship is the golden way forward. The only way where you can do what you actually want to do, the only way where you can have the freedom of your thought and action is entrepreneurship. So there are plenty of opportunities which can be tapped as an entrepreneur. Don't miss the bus. Equip yourself. Be ready to face the challenges. Bend your destiny. Create law of attraction. Develop manifestations of whatever can be thought about you which can be achieved, and the resources will fall in your lap to help you to achieve what you want. And this kind of talks are supposed to be done by each one of you by telling your success story and motivating the whole country and the whole world. Thank you friends. Once again, this is Agnelorajesh, Chairman for St. Angelo's VNCD Ventures.
Tell us what you think about this video and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.